This housemates though, Biggie they bust their pheromone, like Biggie they bust their brain. Like they are literally discussing on how Biggie should at least call them on phone, maybe 5 times in a year. Almost see Biggie they really enter your eyes, no be small. Hey babies, how are you all doing? Welcome back to Sail with Mimiciously Mimi, where you get the gist as it they do waiting, as it they hurt. Of course, there's no sleeping on a bicycle on this channel. If you snooze, you do what? You lose. Are you here to subscribe to this channel? Or are you still sitting on a fat long thing? Kindly pause right there, subscribe, and make sure you turn on the notification bell. If not, tell me. How do you want to get the gist? But from the cooking part. Like, how do you want to get the gist? As it hurt. So, talking about the gist as it hurts, currently, the housemates, when I say the housemates, is too, like, I don't know, should I call it normal? It's too casual, right? Let's say the finalists, because it's not even easy to get to the stage where this housemate has gotten, from week 1 to week 10, where we had 24 housemates, if I am not mistaken, and now they are down to 6. So this is that made it this far. They are what the praises, they are what to, if they carry their shoulder high, working with their shoulders high, you get. So I think, the finalists are actually on their first diary session. That is their last diary session. How will I put it? Their last diary session for the season, but they are going to be having another diary session on Friday, and then the last one on Sunday. So let's start with Adekunle's diary session. Biggie is just asking how they felt as a finalist. Adekunle said he felt good, that he felt deserving, to see that people actually really do like him. People really do want him to stay. It feels so sweet and good to see that you have, people who like you, And then Biggie now asked him about the eviction of Venita, Angel, and Soma on Sunday. He was like, he does not even know how he would say this, that he lacked words to use to say how he feel right now because somebody so close to him left. I'm like, that it is actually not easy, that this is the first week he's staying single, like living his life as an individual. Like he has been on sheep and it's not been easy. Like he felt it, he's missing Venita actually. That's what he meant. And he was like Soma and Angel that he actually felt like so bad that he nominated them and they left. And those people are people who are also close to him, that when he talks to people he's closer to in the house, it has to do with the 3 people that left on Sunday, and it is quite, touchy. And Biggie asked him about the guests, Ebuka and Gideon, that came yesterday, and he said yesterday was so amazing. He thanked Biggie. He said he never knew that Gideon is actually extroverted, that he always seen Gideon as an introvert, that Gideon was so free, that the last 1 or 2, that it was quite enjoyable. And Biggie asked about tomorrow cultural day, which they are preparing for, and he told Biggie 1 or 2s on how they are preparing about it. And Biggie asked about the head of house game. He also spoke about it, and his diary session came to an end. Then let's talk about Mercy AK's diary session. For Mercy AK, Lamborghini, she's feeling ever bubbly and happy. She's so pleased, that she is here. She's so happy, grateful to her mercenaries that they kept her this far. She was like, coming into this house, she has had a wish that even if she did not win, she should at least get to the final, that it could somehow say her as a winner, that she came and then she left before the final, and now God has done it for her, and then she got to the final. You understand that every other thing that happened is in God's hand, but for the fact that she got to this final, she's so happy that they have been here, a winner left, you understand. And then so she feel like and then she's so deserving to get to this moment that she is super duper happy. And Biggie also asked her about the eviction of Soma, Angel, and Venita, and she was like, this housemate, they really, really deserve to stay to the final. You understand that Venita, especially Venita, has really wished to be in the final, but they have left. That's not like that she expected this eviction that is coming because the lineup choke, and she was like that. She was so happy that she was not among the lineup, when she realized that she was safe for the week, because the lineup really choked, that she was expecting it, but all those housemates that left are quite deserving, to be in the finale, That was what she said. And then Biggie asked her about, and yesterday, Ebuka, the guest, she thanked Biggie so specially for bringing them. She said it was fun, that they were even dropping subtle jabs, like we were dropping kind of advice, like it was really, really fun to have Ebuka and Gideon in the house. And she specifically thanked Biggie for hearing the message from family, that's thanking Biggie that she was the only one who made requests, because Biggie asked them last week. If you had followed my channel, you would know I also discussed it, that what would they want, and then most of them were asking for movie, almost all of them, but Mercy did ask for message from family, and she was thanking Biggie for actually forgiving them for losing their wager and asking and doing what she asked. Because remember, Biggie said, if you lost your wager, what will I do? And if you win your wager, what will I do? That was the question in the diary session last week. So Biggie was now caught Mercy short. I was like, Biggie, waiting, stop. He was like, who told you I have forgiven you guys from losing your wager? You may now leave the diary room. I'm like, hey, Biggie, be coming down now. Take a chill pill and be coming down. But Mercy was like, anyways, Biggie, so you never forgive us, but thank you, Biggie, regardless, and she left, went outside shouting that guys who he's like, Biggie has a punishment for us, so, And then the next person was Cross, some more diary session where everybody they go talk their little thing go. Cross took all his time, Cross not to waste time in a diary room now, so Biggie asked him how he feel. He said he feel good, being the second time HOH, also being the first to get to the, to the finale. He was like during his season, he would have also been the first to get to the finale, but because of his strong head and maybe his ear, so he did not win that ultimate veto power holder. And then Emmanuel took it and whatever, And then he was like, he is grateful to be there. He spoke about Ebuka and Gideon coming. He was so happy. He said he has so much respect, for those people, because they are like his seniors in the game, that he always learned from them. He adds attributes to everything. He now mentioned Bobby Sola, Miracle, that his seniors in this game, that he made sure that he add up to everything to learn. And he spoke extensively about his family regarding the message from home, saying that how he is the first son, how he is thinking if he has lived up to the responsibility to be a good example to the siblings and all of that. When I say extensively, he said a lot about when it comes to his family. Things he has said repeatedly is not something new. How the mom, a widow, coped with that, doing some rubbish to actually train them, that she was so strict, and everything she did was, legal. And then he spoke about Biggie, like he spoke about Biggie not giving him a preferential treatment as the head of house because there is nothing to gain. He's looking like he's a boy, this week, as nothing to gain, no immunity or whatsoever, that Biggie should actually add something for him at least, or maybe play the video of his people again to him in his room as in the head of house lounge. I'm like, this boy, you're used to preferential treatments, not be your fault. Now Biggie, where they give you pizza once in a while, And he also spoke about Angel, Suma, and Venita eviction. He was like, he never like that. Suma is actually a talented person. He's somebody he would have loved to see in the final. Spoke about how Angel is, that she's a TV content person. Said a lot about them. How Suma told him that that he was surprised that Suma has a girlfriend. I'm like, hey, he was the first person Suma even told that he has somebody at the initial stage when he was actually discussing Angel, when he was discussing Angel to Cross, like if he's free to move to Angel. Suma did tell him that he had a girlfriend, but maybe he has forgotten. Cross and forgetting things easily. I think that will be all for Cross, because every other thing was just, going around the clock. Now let's talk about Cece. To me, I think this diary session for today, Cece's own, is the most interesting for me. I enjoyed Cece's diary session. Biggie asked her how she feels. She said she feels so good that to be a finalist, that when she got into the house, that she prayed she didn't go any week except the final day, and that also the final day, she's also praying for her not to be the first person they would call. That after they have called the first person to leave Big Brother's house, then if they call her, no problem. But she just prayed that she wouldn't be the first person to leave the house among the 6 finalists, And then Biggie asked her about the evicted housemate. She was like, ever since White Money left, she has stopped expecting more. You get that White Money's eviction was an eye-opener to her. But nevertheless, she never expected 2 ships to leave at once. That she is expecting 1 ship will be saved. Just like Adekule is saved and Venita is is gone, you know. And then that's something she was expecting from some jail, but so surprising that the two of them had to leave, you know. And she said that they are amazing people, that in fact you would feel in the house that Venita is not there, you would also feel in the house that Angel and Soma is not there. But the sweet thing is that in 6 days now they would still see them, so it is still very okay. And then Biggie was like, but at least her wish did came true, because of, you know, she has been one housemate who complains about sheep here, left, right, and center, that all the sheep, she thinks is strategy and all of that. She was like, yes, so Biggie, her wish came true for sheep to actually dissolve, but it may seem as though as her wish, as Angel and as the Somjel and Adenita just left, Pere and Mercy has started their own, no Biggie. They have started their own. I was just laughing. Sissy is a case, and she was like, anyways, since she did not have sheep, she better like good things so that she too should go get them, you know. And then she was like, Biggie was like, so can you take it for the days before the final day? She was like, she will manage. Oh, she do not have a choice. The only problem is that the mom rain, like they will be discussing in the night in the room, and if she wants to sleep, she will be hearing those sound, them laughing, giggling, and all of that. That is her only problem. But she will manage because she's happy. She's in a happy mood and everything. And then Biggie asked her about the dinner. She was so happy about that. She was so excited. She said Ebuka and Gideon are people she respect, because of course these things they are into, these people were there before them, and you know, and she was really happy to see them. That the last time she had the setting of this kind of dinner was before lockdown. That is lockdown before they came to the house. But right now it feels so sweet and good, you know, to actually experience such again, you know. And then Biggie asked about the head of house cross, and she says she's happy that at least Ilebaye is no longer the head of house, because Ilebaye was a terrorist. Mercy said the same thing in her diary session, but she did not mention Ilebaye's name. She only said that Cross is actually a good person, not a terrorist, meaning that Ilebaye is, because they said it yesterday. So Sisi was happy that Cross is the head of house, you know, that at least Cross knows how to rule and all of that. That Cross is quite calm this time around, maybe because he lost his wedger during his time, or maybe because this is the final week. And then Biggie asked her about the head of house, their preparation for tomorrow. She said they are preparing, just that she would prefer Adekunle to be the host and not Cross, because Adekunle has a way to find his way through words, and which is true. Adekunle is a better host than Cross. Anytime, any day, I would choose Adekunle, you know. During the level up season, Adekunle and Doyin was my best to, like, the way they present. So I think Sisi is right here. Then, but Sisi was like, but Cross will not want to hear that. If she talk now, go dey like saying only her know how to complain. So she's just maintaining love and light, so that it will not be like she talks too much, you know. And then beginner asked her, okay, what is your relationship with Cross right now? Have you guys buried the hatches? And she was like, yes, that she thinks so, because even after seeing Cross family, the message to Cross, she gets to realize that Cross is just like a baby, like he's a free-spirited person, and is the kind of person she would want to have as a friend outside. So she takes her word back that she don't want to be with friends with Cross outside of the house. Beginner said, okay, since you've settled with Cross, what you would do is, when you go outside, pat him on his shoulder, praise him, and make sure you reduce his ego and let him know what you feel about him not becoming the host. That is what Biggie mean. But the way I'm putting it, that was not how Biggie put it. But guess what, guys? People out there now are going there to change the narrative, because in that STEM diary session, Sisi said that at least she's gonna be close to Cross because of she likes Cross friend Cheta, you know, so that it would be easy for her to operate Jetta. And Biggie was like, her eyes is wandering these days, and she started laughing, you know. And she was like, Biggie, you know what, mean everybody is sharing you, so I'm trying to be careful. Biggie was like, you claim you like Biggie and you've never given Biggie kisses on his eyes, but you've done that on one picture, which is new picture, of course. Biggie is a savage. So now people have gone outside and they are saying that Biggie has told Sisi on how to get Cheta from Cross, like she should pat Cross shoulder. Almost fans now, wow, all this natives is now real wow. Better be following my channel, so that anywhere you misunderstand, you will understand it perfectly, because me, I don't know how to do mago. That was not what Biggie advised her for. Haba. Anyways, let's talk about Baye's diary session, the small Pepe. So in her session, she's so happy. She feels so good, you know, being the finalist. Biggie said, how does it feel? She said she feel like a star, and Biggie says that, and the star she'll continue to be. She said, amen. You know, so Biggie asked her about the eviction of Angel, Soma, and Benita. She was like, for Angel and Soma, she felt bad because she nominated them, and Angel is her Gen Z baddie. Like, she's a bad Gen Z like her, you know, that she really feels so unhappy that it happened that way, you know. That's that she nominated them. But as for Venita, that is Venita own is just there because Venita has been making the place uncomfortable for her during the week. So her own is not really an issue, but they miss them. That it is what it is. It's a game after all, And then Biggie asked her about the dinner. She was blushing, was so happy, she was so happy about it. And she told Biggie, thank you, thank you. She was just thanking Biggie. And then she told Biggie on how it went, say thank you about the family, especially hearing from the mom and dad that she knows that she has done so many things that are not good on this show, but seeing the smile, and the pride on her parents' face, that it actually strengthened her, because at least even if everybody would not be happy with her, that it's so happy to see that her family is, and that is what really matters to her, and she spoke about the dinner, and Ebuka Gideon coming, the jokes, the advice, and everything, that it was fun, that she has not experienced such thing before. And Biggie told her to get ready because she's now a star. She would get to see such settings oftentimes. She said she would prepare herself for that, and she was just blushing all over. Baye was just blushing, and she made mention of that being a finalist is so surprising, because seeing the likes of Mercy Sissy coming to this show, she did not even see herself even going far, but surprisingly she has made it this far, and it feels so good. Afterwards, Biggie told her diary session is over, and then she raised her hand that, Biggie, please, can I ask you something? Biggie was like, go ahead. She was like, Biggie, please, I want to know, during my reign as the head of house, did I do anything wrong? The housemates are complaining a lot that I did this, I did that, but to me, I did not see that happening. I think it's because of the hate or whatever they have for me. I did not see that happening. Biggie, please tell me, did I do anything wrong during my reign as the head of house? Biggie now said, okay, let's just know that, okay, they might be biased, let's know that they are biased, but why didn't you give Adekunle the brief to read yesterday? She was like, they are always looking down on her like someone who doesn't know how to read very well, like previously they would tell her, give Angel to read, as if she doesn't know how to read, so that was what Sisi did, give Adekunle to read. So she wants to prove that she can read it and read it well, hence she did not give Adekunle the brief to read. She now even used Shozi for an example, that even when Shozi was the head of us, they were doing that to Shozi, that they don't know how to correct someone, and then Biggie was like, was Shozi a good head of us? She said yes. She was like, so do you know, was Shozi the one reading the brief? And she said no. Biggie asked her, do you know why? She now said no. Biggie now said, because a good head of house would know how to delegate duties. Now, this is how Biggie puts it. Biggie don't want to put it that because Chelsea will not read it fluently so that everybody will understand. But Biggie, as a wise man, has placed it that way for Baye to understand. Meaning that she did not even delegate duty as the head of family, which is the truth, And then that was how Biggie ended her session. I really hope she's not even going there to apologize to any of them, because they don't deserve any apology. I am telling you. Anyways, Perez's diary session was just brief and concise, Biggie just told him that, oh, we meet again. And then she was like, yeah, Biggie. And Biggie was like, he did not believe me when I told you to believe in your guts, He was like, Biggie, I thought he was only advising me because I will be going that day, And so he was like, all-star season like this, you might be strong during your season, but all-stars, you never can tell what is happening, that he is so happy and he's so grateful for the Patriots for keeping him here, and one of the reasons why Perez stayed this time is that many people voted for him. Many fan base, if I tell you fan base that voted for Perez, he choke, So yeah, and then Biggie was like asking him about the eviction of the housemate, and he first of all mentioned Angel. Perez and Angel siblingship is so sweet though, and he was like, Angel is like a little sister to him, that he never saw Angel going, so but he was like, it is what it is, the game is actually the game. Biggie asked him of the dinner. He said the dinner was cool, the dinner was nice, he appreciated it and thanked Biggie. And then also spoke about spoke about the head of house, Cross, because Biggie asked, he said Cross is a good head of house, that everything is actually going well and they are getting ready for tomorrow's cultural day. So guys, let's tell it and know how tomorrow would go. My eyes is on tomorrow. I want to see what they would give us, because I'm not seeing any preparation as usual. The housemates now, but last we hope they turn up. I don't want them to even lose their last their last whatever it is. Oh, they already lose their last wager, but at least they should make us happy this time around. Anyways, guys, I'll be dropping my voice right here. I think I have spoken enough. Tell me, whose diary session did you enjoy most this today? To me, it was Cece's diary session. What about you? I will call it a quit. See you guys later, and make sure you're having a mimiciously day. Bye bye.